Welcome back, everyone. It is Thathy, and we have put another base and top coat through the ultimate Oh My Gel test. Perfect Match is a popular brand. It has lots of color variations, and pricing overall I would put it on the lower end compared to a lot of other brands that I know and use. I've been using Perfect Match for a lot of years, actually. They have a really great gel formula, even though the match between hands and feet doesn't really come through as often as I'd like. But overall, a great brand. Now, I've never actually used their base and top coat, only their colors, and that's what I'm testing out today. As some of you might know, I have taken on a huge challenge to find out if there is a better or best gel product out there. And if there is, then I want to know who, as I'm sure many of you want to know as well. So let's get to this review, but first a recap of what I'll be looking for. So overall first impressions, is the consistency really good? How is it to work with? And is it looking really nice overall on the first day once the manicure is said and done? When it's a no wipe top coat, it's definitely a bonus, but not really a deal breaker for me. I look at durability. Are there any cracks or shatters in the polish? Is there any lifting happening? How prone to stains or stain proof is the product? And overall look after 2 weeks. Am I still shiny or am I getting a little bit on the dull side? So let's get to it with first impressions. We're going to be testing out Perfect Match versus my old school and trustworthy Gelish. And this is going to be first impression, so we're going to just look at just consistency. Does it run? Like to see whether or not there's any issues with the color that we're applying, meaning does it collect around the edges. And today we're going to be using an OPI color, Be There in a Prosecco. I'm actually going to be trying the Perfect Match out with a couple different brands just to make sure that we have consistency in the results throughout. So let's take a look. I could definitely tell that this has a very similar consistency, and they use the same kind of brush for the base coat, the little short one, which is really good because you always want to get a thin coat of the base on the nail to prevent it from not curing properly, and also it could not be helpful when it comes to the color. It can get a little runny if the base coat is too thick. All right, now we have the manicure fully polished and we're ready to top coat. And this one shows it is a high gloss top sealer. I actually read some really good reviews on it that it is really shiny, so I'm excited to see how shiny compared to my Gelish. And the top coat seems to be nice and thick, so it's not so runny, which I totally love. Awesome, no runniness. It's really good in consistency. So first impression so far, so good. See how it is with all the manicures that I try. Now here we have the second manicure using a Perfect Match color. Also great first impression, looks great, shiny, all good on day one. And here's Mani number 3 using an OPI color and also perfect and looking great on day one. So great first impressions. The consistency of the top gel is a little bit thicker than what I get with Gelish, which I absolutely love. You have more control of the product and less likely that it's going to run into the cuticle. The Perfect Match top coat is also super shiny and might even be a little bit more shiny than the Gelish, maybe. But day one is only the beginning, so let's see how Perfect Match held up after a few weeks of wear.
Weeks of wear later.
So here's our first mani. Durability is great, no cracks or shatters, no lifting. It has one small chip on the pointer of the working hand from improperly opening pill packs at work, but overall, really good. You can see a good amount of stains or discoloring on the Gelish hand, and actually 2 days after this client did her manicure, she put on a red dress that immediately stained her Gelish hand. After a couple of days, the staining toned down a little bit, but it happened pretty instantly. And the Perfect Match has no discoloring or stains. Overall, Manny with the Perfect Match looks great, as I'd expect after 3 weeks, with the exception of the small chip on the corner of the nail. So manicure number 2, durability failed miserably with this manicure. This client rarely ever gets chips, and as you can see, most nails on her Perfect Match hand chipped on the tips. The cracks from the nail bending are deep and have a shattered look. And when I say shattered, I mean that it cracks a little bit, but the crack starts kind of breaking out uncontrollably and further than where the actual bend was. This usually, well, at least I'll attribute to this happening because the polish isn't very flexible. So you break a little bit too much and it kind of just shatters uncontrollably, and you never really know where it's going to go. But those shatters are definitely really deep. As you can see on the gelish hand, you have very thin hairline cracks from the nail bending on the edges, and the cracks are contained to where the bend actually was, so you don't have that shattering effect. As far as lifting, overall no lifting on the nail bed, separate from the chips that happened on the tips of the nail. So the Perfect Match has no stains and definitely looks more shiny than the gelish. Overall look after 2 weeks for this manicure is not acceptable. The cracks and the chips are excessive, and that's not even her dominant hand. My client rarely experiences chips to suddenly have so many in one manicure. I definitely say that this was a no-go for me. And here we have the third manicure. The durability, she has one chip on her pointer of the dominant hand, and it was because her nail broke, so she had to finish cutting it and filing it a little bit. But I can definitely assume that the nail bending and breaking caused the polish to shatter, so you have more polish missing than where the nail break actually was. Overall, no lifting, no stains. It definitely looks a little bit shinier, and the overall 2 weeks, aside from the one chip on the pointer, is passable. It's okay. So there you have the 3 manicures after 2 or 3 weeks of wear. It's no doubt that Perfect Match is a great product, and after reviewing, I can definitely give credit on how shiny and resistant to stain it is versus the gelish. But on durability, it does not compare. The cracks are very deep on the 2 clients that had the issues with the cracks, and it does shatter, which means that you're probably going to get more damage than is really necessary. Gelish is a very flexible product, and when clients are getting cracks because the nail's bending, they're rarely ever getting a chip in the polish as a result to that when it comes to the gelish. And since I only work with natural nails and a lot of my clients do have length on their nails, I do rely a lot on having a product that's very flexible because you don't have a hard surface like an acrylic or a hard gel that's going to keep your nail from bending. Bending, you know, it happens, especially if we use our hands a lot in our day-to-day or we're a little bit clumsy with it. So a durable polish is really important for me and really important for anyone that's using polish on natural nails. So that's my review for the week on Perfect Match. I hope the information was super helpful, but remember, I am not done yet. I have a lot of products that are being tested, and I will not stop until I find the ultimate gel product. So if you're liking the reviews and you want to see more, then make sure you take a minute right now to hit like and share. Let's get this information out. Everybody needs to be seeing these products getting tested out. Everyone wants to know who is the best, if there really is one. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification icon so you're not missing any of the reviews coming out. So thank you so much, everyone. I do appreciate your viewing. I do appreciate the subscribers that just joined the Oh My Gel team. I'm really here to educate, to share my knowledge, and to get people out there doing their nails right, or at least knowing what right looks like, so you know what you're looking for and you have healthy, beautiful, natural nails. So I need to get back to finishing my nails. You guys should see the adorableness that I'm working on, and if you want to check it out, then definitely look up on my Instagram later because I will be posting it. But the cuteness of this manicure is just unreal. I'm super excited to get back to it. So I need to get back to work. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have an enjoyable weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.